So you're going to Aruba, and specifically you want to know how is the port and how is Moomba Palm Beach Bar and Grill. We're going to talk about that today. So we were on a Virgin Voyages Southern Caribbean cruise, and if you'd like to know more about that, I have more videos that you can take a look at that Virgin Voyages cruise. And one of the stops was Aruba, and we had never been there before. And honestly, we fell in love. So first of all, if you're not aware, Aruba is, again, in the Southern Caribbean. It is below the hurricane belt. The weather is very predictable, if you will. You know, more of a high of 86 to 90, more of a low of 76 to 78, which is perfect for us, especially since we're in the Midwest and we went in February. So that was awesome. When we got to the port, it was very, very clean. There were multiple, your port kind of shops, if you will. There was a kind of what they call the center, the city center, and that was where you could get taxis very, very easily. And we'll talk about that in a moment, about how the taxi process works. And there's a street which has anywhere from souvenir stores to your kind of pharmacy type stores, some bars and restaurants. And then it also has your higher end luxury designer shops as well, in a mall. So it had Louis Vuitton, it had Gucci, Cartier, and all those kind of shops as well. There was a bar and grill restaurant, kind of an open air bar and grill restaurant called Lucy's that was recommended. We did not go there, but we did see it. It was very, very busy, and we did talk to a lot of people that said it was great. So if you're looking for just a walkable area, because you really don't want to go to a beach, but you want to get off the ship, Lucy's would be one that people would recommend. Let me know in the comments below if you've eaten at Lucy's and how it was, so that maybe that'll be a stop when we go the next time. So the taxis. So again, like I said, in the city center there were taxis that were waiting there. It is $5 per person. And at least when we were there was a $25 minimum, meaning they were encouraging you had to have at least 5 people in order for them to drive you where you wanted to go. So when we went there were 2, I would call couples, if you will, that were ahead of us, and they weren't going to the same beach. So they couldn't share a taxi, and they were unable to find people to go with them. So they were walking away. I just said, what if I just pay you $25? And can you just take the 2 of us to Palm Beach, Moomba Beach? And he was like, sure. So pro tip, if you have the budget for it, just pay the $25. Honestly, we didn't want to have to waste time waiting for other people either to get off the ship or go to the same beach that we were going to. So we just paid the $25 and he took us there. So Palm Beach, Moomba Bar Beach. So you might see it heard as Moomba Beach, but it's actually Palm Beach. But you'll see in the signage, it'll also say Moomba Beach, but that's actually the bar and grill. So just keep that in mind as well when we're going, because that was a little bit confusing. But when you get there, very, very clean. The taxi driver actually said, walk to the hotel. There are hotels near there. Now, it's a little bit more of a walk than you think. It's not like 2 or 3 minutes. It was more about a 6 to 7 minute walk, but walk to the hotel and the hotel will call you a taxi to return, and they'll just pick you up at the hotel, which we did, which was only $16 on the way back to the port. So interesting that it was $16 on the way back. There was no minimum, but on the way there was a minimum. So what was Palm Beach and Moomba Beach Bar like? It was very, very clean. There were convenient bathrooms. It was very, very nice. They had scooters there that if you wanted to kind of go down the strip of the beach, you could rent scooters. We did not do that, but they were there and available. We got there early. We were there early in the morning. And so we got 2 chairs with an umbrella at the Moomba Bar Beach area. And it was $30 for the entire day, which we thought was a really, really good price. They did sell out quickly though. We were there, and by 11 a.m., almost 11:30 maybe, all those chairs, beach chairs, were sold out. So people were coming either from other areas or were coming there from other cruises, or were just coming there for the day, and they were unable to rent chairs there because they are rented for the day. Now, if you go further down the beach, either direction, there were other chairs. It just wasn't maybe quite as convenient to the bathrooms and the shops. You'll have to just walk a little ways, but honestly, it really wasn't that big of a deal. If we had to do it, we would do it. But I will admit, we were grateful to be able to get something there right at Moomba bar and grill because we just like the convenience of having the ocean there. They came over and got our drink orders. Again, the bathrooms. We just kind of liked that convenience. So for us, that was great. It's got a long stretch of sandy beach, so great for walking. So that was fantastic. It had water sports, rentals, very, very friendly people there. Clear signage. It was $5 for a tube if you wanted to go on a tube, which we did. And it was $65 for a jet ski rental. And then again, it had a very convenient restaurant there at Moomba Bar that was, you could either order food at your chair or you could eat at the restaurant. They were two different menus though, and they were strict about not being able to order whatever was on the beach and was ever in the restaurant. So even though you could wear your swimsuit literally 10 feet behind you to go to the restaurant, you weren't allowed to order the same items that were on the beach. So I'm not sure about that rule, but that was a pretty strict rule. I got the Asian chicken salad and we got a sandwich, and honestly, it was just average at best. I would give it a 5 out of 10. So the food was just, in our opinion, okay. But, again, we were there for the beautiful beach. We were there for the beautiful weather. And so for us, it was fine. So then again, we did walk to the hotel when we were finished, which again took us about 7 minutes roughly or so. And they were extremely friendly there. They ordered the taxi for us with no problems. The taxi came and picked us up, $16 to get us back to the port. And then we just kind of walked the street again while we were there. It was very, very safe, very easy walking. And then we got back on the ship with no troubles. So hopefully you found this helpful. Please give me a like and subscribe if you did, and take a look at this next video.